Hi everybody, it's Miss O'Malley from Silvermine Elementary School. We are back for another health lesson. Today we're going to be learning a little bit about community safety and all those people that are doing great for our community, especially during this crazy time in our life with the coronavirus. We have all those essential workers that are making sure that everybody's safe in the hospitals and the police and the firefighters that are still working. So let's read a little bit about community safety. I know that you guys don't have this, but just follow along. The sirens blared as they rounded the corner. Ew, ew, they screamed. Hamacy ran to the window just in time to see the ambulance pull in front of the building next door. A man and a woman in uniform ran inside. A few minutes later, they came out with a woman on a stretcher. A stretcher is one of those things that comes out of the ambulance that they put the people on to bring them to the hospital or to get them checked out. Mrs. Bentley had a heart attack. Hamacy's mother told him, "It's a good thing that the paramedics got here so fast, or she might not have made it to the hospital." The paramedics must have been the people in the uniforms, Hamacy guessed. Right, said his mother. She told him that the paramedics are health workers who are trained to give emergency help to someone before he or she could get to a doctor. They help in all types of emergencies, like when someone has a heart attack or is in a car accident. Paramedics are just some of the people who work to keep you and your community healthy and safe. Who are some of the others? Let's look inside and find out. So I want you to think, who are some other people besides the paramedics that could help keep you and your community safe? Look who's watching out for our safety. Last Thursday, Susie and Jessica were playing in Susie's backyard. Hey, look, Jessica pointed. Is that cat eating our cookies? But the ball of fur munching cookies wasn't a cat. It was a raccoon. When Jessica tried to chase him away, the raccoon bit her. Then it ran and hid behind the garage. Quick as a wink, the girls ran inside to tell Susie's mother. They knew that raccoons can have a disease called rabies. Rabies can spread through animal bites. Susie's mom called the police, who arrived in 2 minutes. Soon after, the dog warden arrived. All of them went outside to find the raccoon. The raccoon had to be shot. Then the body was sent to the state health department to be tested for rabies. Jessica felt okay, especially after Susie's mother cleaned the bite on her hand. But the next day, they found out the raccoon did have rabies. That meant that Jessica had to go to her doctor for a series of rabies shots so that she wouldn't get sick. So we have Susie's mother, the police, the dog warden, workers in the health department, and the doctor all played a part in keeping Jessica healthy. These are just some of the people in the community who are there to help you. So there's a bunch of different people in the community that could help you. It could be a family member, it could be a teacher, it can be a trusted adult. All these people are there to help you, but especially these people. So let's read about conflict is normal. So a conflict is when something might not go your way, which might happen sometimes with you and your family or you and your friends. Let's read about it. Conflict is normal. Even good friends like Tito and Willie can get into arguments and disagree with each other. It's normal for friends, families, and people in communities to have conflict. Last Saturday, Tito wanted to go to the movies. Willie had a free pass to the skating rink and wanted to go there. They wanted to play together but disagreed about the way they should spend their time together. They began to argue about it. So he says, "I want to go to the movies." And then he says, "Well, I want to go skating." So the conflict resolution steps could help them solve the problem peacefully. Let's see how. First, Willie and Tito need to cool off. They must decide to listen to each other and not interrupt each other. They must not call each other names, and they must agree to work together to solve the conflict. Let's put Willie and Tito's conflict through each steps. So, when we're thinking about the conflict resolution steps, we want to think of these certain things so that way we could solve the problem and maybe both people could get what they want. So, number one, what was the conflict? We saw that Tito wanted to go to the movies and that Willie wanted to go ice skating. What do I want? And then what do you want? So Tito and Willie could talk about, okay, where do you want to go and where do I want to go? Then we want to say, how are our likes, how are our wants alike? So how is ice skating and movies alike? So I want you to think of that really quick. How are ice skating movies alike? We're both getting out of the house, we're doing something fun, And then how are they different? How is going to the movies and going ice skating different? So when you're at the movies, you're not really talking, you're in the dark, you're silent. When you are at ice skating, maybe you're being a little bit active, you could talk with your friends, and you could have a good time. Now, what are the possible solutions? What do you think that Tito and Willie could do? One thing that they could do is maybe they could go to the movies on Friday night and then ice skating Saturday night. They could also go to the movies and then ice skating in the same night. They can also, hey, this time let's go to the movies, next time we'll go ice skating. What predictions can we make about each solution? So you want to think about the different outcomes of each and what Tito and Willie want. And then which solution meets our needs best. So you want to talk with your friend so that way that you guys both get what you want and that we're not arguing. So let's take a look right here. Conflict in the community. So a community would be a community like Norwalk. All Norwalk district, we are a community. So conflict in the community. The people in the town of Wattsford went in an uproar. They were trying to decide what to do about the East Side School, which was much too crowded. Let's send some students to school on the West Side. That school isn't crowded at all, some of the parents said. No way. I don't want my child to ride the bus for hours across town. Other parents argued, we'll drive our kids across town if we could put an after-school program at West Side School, some parents offered. The senior citizens didn't like that idea. We were promised at the West Side School for a senior community center, they claimed. Why don't we just build a new, bigger school on the East Side, one group suggested. A brand new school? That would cost millions. We would all have to pay more taxes, said the mayor. Lots of people in town wrote letters to the editor of the newspaper. They explained how they felt about the school problem. Others called the school board to complain. Some parents and their children made signs and marched around the school. The Senior Citizen Committee wrote flyers and distributed them at all the stores downtown. The superintendent, the school board, and the mayor held meeting after meeting. Each group came up with ideas to solve the problem. After many months, they reached a compromise. That is, they had made an agreement that gave each of them some of the things they wanted. Of course, each side had to give up some things too. There was no one solution that would give each group everything they wanted. So in this conflict with the school, not everybody got what they wanted, but at least they got something that they wanted. So that's called a compromise. So when Tito and Willie were having a conflict about the ice skating in the movies, they came up with a compromise. So they said, all right, this time we'll go to the movies, next time we'll go ice skating. So that way that they're both end up being happy. So we'll talk about rules and laws with that. Suppose the people of Wattsford who wanted the new school decided to beat up the people who didn't want it. Suppose they decided to throw stones at their house, or call them names, or poke holes in their tires. Would that be a legal way to solve the conflict? Would it be responsible? No. There are rules or laws in the community that control the way people handle conflicts. Hitting others, damaging their property, or even calling them names can be punished by fines or jail sentences. These are just some of the laws that help keep the people in the community safe. So we need to follow our rules and laws. So obviously, if you were to have a conflict with a family member or a friend, you wouldn't be violent. You would use your words, use kind words, and talk it out. Remember, the tone of your voice goes a long way when you're having a conflict or an argument. So let's talk about bully-proofing your school. Sometimes people are maybe not nice or you don't feel comfortable. We're going to talk a little bit about bully-proofing your school right here. Being a kid is lots of fun when you feel safe and free to be yourself. Feeling safe at school means you don't have to worry about getting hurt physically or emotionally. Accepting the differences of other kids and showing respect for them is one way you could help everyone else feel safe. Once in a while, you may find that some kids make the school feel like an unsafe place. These kids might pick on smaller children, push kids around, enjoy spreading rumors, or name-calling. These kids are called bullies. Bullies like to feel powerful when they could hurt others. You don't have to put up with it. There are bullies at your school If there are bullies at your school, talk to your teacher, parents, principal, or school counselor and see what can be done. Kids and adults can work together to make a safe place for everyone. So even if this is outside of school and someone's not really being nice to you, you could still talk to a trusted adult, a trusted teacher at school, to make sure that they could help you solve that problem. But that was a little bit on community safety. Comment below if you would like and tell me what school you are from, because I'd love to know. Keep up with the distance learning. The Norwalk PE and health teachers are so proud of you guys. We'll see you guys soon for another health video. Bye.